The wind moves across the endless savannah, whispering through the tall golden grass. The sky stretches wide, painted in crimson and fire as the sun sinks behind the acacia trees. This is the land of the Maasai, the people who walk with lions, who live where earth meets eternity. Their story begins long before roads, long before borders, when Africa still spoke in the language of thunder and stars. Long ago, the Maasai say, there was only the sky god Enkai. Enkai ruled the heavens and earth, but his heart belonged to the people he created, the Maasai. He gave them the gift of cattle, sacred animals that carried his blessing. Every Maasai cow was a thread that tied heaven and earth together. That's why, to this day, the Maasai say all cattle on earth belong to them, a divine inheritance. The legend says Enkai descended to earth through a giant fig tree, his voice rumbling through thunderclouds. He spoke to the first elder, Layangai, saying, "The land is yours, the sky is mine," but the cattle belong to both. From that day on, the Maasai became the guardians of cattle, the bridge between heaven and earth. The Maasai are not just herders, they are Moran, warriors bound by blood, courage, and ritual. From a young age, boys are taken from their homes to live among men. They train under the open sky, to track lions, to fight with spears, to endure pain without flinching. Their initiation is brutal. At dawn, when the savannah still breathes mist, a boy stands alone. Drums echo across the plains as elders watch in silence. He faces the blade without trembling. No tears, no sound. If he cries, his name is forgotten. If he endures, he becomes Moran, a warrior of Enkai. The ceremony is not just about strength, it's about spirit. A warrior must fight not with rage, but with purpose. He must protect his people, his cattle, and the land that gave him life. In Maasai culture, blood is life. When a child is born, the first gift given is milk. When a warrior is honored, the second is blood. The Maasai drink cow's blood mixed with milk during ceremonies, a sacred bond with Enkai. It's not about hunger. It's about connection. Every sip is a prayer, a reminder that their strength flows from the earth and the animals they protect. At night, by the fire, warriors tell stories of the old battles, how lions tested their courage, how thunder answered their songs, and how one tribe, proud and unbroken, survived through balance and belief. The lion, Olngatuni, is the heart of Maasai legend. To kill one was once the highest proof of bravery. But it wasn't done for pride. It was a sacred duel. A lion wasn't an enemy. It was a teacher, a mirror of power, grace and patience. In old times, a young Moran would track a lion for days, following its prints through dust and thorn. When he finally met it face to face, there was no hesitation, no retreat. The warrior and the lion locked eyes, two spirits bound by courage. Only one would return. Those who survived wore the mane as a symbol of honor. But over time, the elders taught, the lion teaches better when it lives. Now, the Maasai protect lions. They became guardians of wildlife, turning an old test of strength into a vow of balance. The Maasai live between two worlds, the ancient and the modern. Where cities rise, they still walk barefoot, their red shuka fluttering in the wind. To outsiders, it's color. To them, it's life. The red cloth represents courage, the blood spilled in defense of their cattle and land. When a warrior walks through the savannah draped in red, it's not vanity, it's memory. Every step carries the weight of ancestors, their villages, called Nkangs, are circles of protection. Cattle sleep in the center, safe, sacred. Women sing at dusk, their voices floating like prayers into the stars. Children chase goats in the dust, laughter echoing between huts made of mud and cow dung. Proof that simplicity is not weakness, but peace. But not all nights are peaceful. There is an ancient tale the elders whisper, of Enkai Narok, the black god. He is the shadow side of Enkai, the god of rain and judgment. When people grow greedy or forget their oaths, Enkai Narok covers the sky with darkness. Lightning strikes the acacia trees, the earth cracks, the cattle fall ill. In one legend, a greedy chief hoarded cattle meant for widows. He laughed at the priest's warnings, but one night, Thunder rolled without end and his herd vanished. Only a single black cow remained, a sign of Enkai's wrath. From then on, the Maasai learned, wealth is sacred only when shared. Not all heroes were men. Among the Maasai, there was once a woman named Naserian. Born with eyes like the dawn, she could read storms, speak to cattle, and sense danger before it came. When drought struck, she defied the elders and climbed the sacred mountain to plead with Enkai himself. Lightning danced around her, the wind tearing her hair loose. Still, she shouted, "If your people die, who will speak your name?" The clouds broke. Rain fell for 7 days and 7 nights. When she returned, her village bowed, and not in fear but in awe. Since that day, Maasai women carry a special place in rituals. They are not silent followers. They are keepers of balance, the voice that tempers power with wisdom. Today, the Maasai walk 2 paths, one of tradition, one of survival. Tourists take photos of their dances, companies use their image on billboards. But behind the smiles and colors lies a quiet resistance, a promise to never fade. Even as technology grows, the Maasai still hold ceremonies that connect them to Enkai. They still teach boys to respect the land, and girls to lead with strength. They adapt not by abandoning who they are, but by carrying it forward. They stand as one of the last living links between the old Africa and the new. At night, in the open plains of Amboseli, a fire burns. Around it, elders speak softly, voices rough as stone, eyes bright as stars. "We do not own the land," one says. "We belong to it." Drums echo faintly. Children listen, wide-eyed, and the story continues, not in books, but in memory and ritual, in rhythm. The Maasai are not a people of the past. They are a people of forever, bound to the earth, the sky, and the blood of the Savannah. So when you see a warrior standing tall under the African sun, red cloth burning bright against the wind, know that he carries 1,000 years of stories in his heart. Every scar, every chant, every step across that endless grass is a living echo of the gods that shaped this land. The Maasai do not chase history. They are history, and as long as their fires burn, the spirit of Enkai still walks the earth.